Hello students, so let's start the second lecture, and before starting the second lecture let us summarize what we have studied in the first lecture. In the first lecture we have gone through the introduction of computer graphics, its examples, some of the applications and basic concepts about computer graphics. So let's move to today's topic. So first of all we have to study about interactive and non-interactive systems, or we can say that interactive or non-interactive computer graphics. So first, what is interactive computer graphics and what is non-interactive computer graphics? So in a non-interactive computer graphics, the picture is produced on the monitor and the user does not have any control over the image. ये वैसा होता है कि जब हम स्क्रीन पे कुछ देखते हैं, जैसे टेलीविज़न पे जब हम एक मूवी देखते हैं तो केवल वन वे कम्युनिकेशन होता है. वी ओनली सी द थिंग्स विच आर हैपनिंग इन द टेलीविज़न. वी डू नॉट इंटरप्रेट और we don't have any right to edit it, or we can not touch or change any of the slides or screen images. And the interactive computer graphics is that in which the user have some controls over the picture, and the user can make any change in the produced images. This is in ping pong game we used to do we used to change all things, and this is an example of interactive computer graphics. And in non-interactive computer graphics it involves only one-way communication between the computer and the user, and the user can see the produced image and cannot make any change to it. But in interactive computer graphics it requires two-way communication, and the user and the computer. The two-way communication user are computer and user, and a user can see the image and make any change by sending his command to the input or input device. So let's move on to the next slide. So display processor. So what is a display processor? We will study this with the help of its block diagram, or you can say that example. So it is a interpreter or piece of hardware which converts the display processor code into pictures. So first of all we give some code or instructions to the display processor, and it converts its code into the pictures. So the picture is a part of a graphics. So this is display processor, and it is one of the four main parts of the display processor. And we have to see all the things, all the five things which we are now seeing in the PPT. Parts of display processor: display file memory, display processor, display generator, and display console. We have to study about all these five things, 5 points, or we can say that. And let us study one by one. The first one is display file memory. So what is display file memory? It is used for generation of the picture, and it is used for identification of graphic entities. इसका मतलब ये है कि जब डिस्प्ले फाइल मेमोरी हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं तो जो भी पिक्चर जनरेट होता है और हम लोग आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं उसको ये कंपाइल करके एक जगह पे दिखलाता है. नेक्स्ट इज डिस्प्ले कंट्रोलर. इट हैंडल्स इंटरप्ट्स, इट मेंटेन्स टाइमिंग, एंड इट इज़ यूज्ड फॉर इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस. जब इसमें जितने भी तरह के इंस्ट्रक्शन, इंटरप्ट और टाइमिंग रिलेटेड क्वेरीज होता है वो सॉल्व किया जाता है यूजिंग डिस्प्ले कंट्रोलर. द नेक्स्ट इज डिस्प्ले जनरेटर. इसका दो फंक्शन होता है. फर्स्ट होता है कि इट इज़ यूज्ड फॉर जनरेशन ऑफ कर्व्स, एंड ऑल्सो इट इज़ यूज्ड फॉर जनरेशन ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स एंड कर्व्स जब भी जनरेट करना पड़ता है तो वी यूज़ डिस्प्ले प्रोसेसर्स. नेक्स्ट इज डिस्प्ले कंसोल. ये जो नेक्स्ट यूनिट्स हम लोग पढ़ेंगे वो सारा डिपेंड करता है डिस्प्ले कंसोल पे. सारा इसी पे बेस्ड है. कलर CRT मॉनिटर्स, CRT इनपुट आउटपुट डिवाइसेस, ये सारा जो हम लोग नेक्स्ट लेक्चर्स में पढ़ेंगे वो डिस्प्ले कंसोल पे ही डिपेंडेंट है. सो इट कंटेन्स CRT, लाइट पेन एंड कीबोर्ड एंड सम रिफ्लेक्शन सिस्टम्स. So the raster scan system is a combination of some processing units, and it consists of the CPU and a particular processor which is called as display controller. And display controllers controls the operation of display devices. So sometimes it is also known as video controller. So let's see its working and diagram. let me explain the block diagram, or you can say that architecture of raster scan display. So this is IO device such as our input device, keyboard, mouse, or light pen, etc. From there, if we give a command, so through system bus, the command will be given to CPU, display processor, and system memory management. After the commands are gone to display processor, and the CPU is attached through system bus to the display processor. Also the memory is also attached to the display processor. तो जितना भी मेमोरी से और CPU से डेटा डिस्प्ले प्रोसेसर पे जाता है, तो व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ डिस्प्ले प्रोसेसर? इट गिव्स द कमांड टू डिस्प्ले प्रोसेसर मेमोरी मैनेजमेंट, एंड फ्रॉम देयर इट गोज़ टू फ्रेम बफर. फ्रेम बफर होता है कि कभी भी किसी चीज़ को प्रोजेक्ट करने से पहले एक बफरिंग करके हम रख लेते हैं. सो फ्रेम बफर पे ये बफर करके रखा हुआ है, और वहाँ से एक पिक्सल या पिक्सल वाइज, 1 पिक्सल 2 पिक्सल एंड कलर और इंटेंसिटी वैल्यू दोनों मिला के हम लोग वीडियो कंट्रोलर को सेंड करते हैं. फ्रॉम वीडियो कंट्रोलर, क्योंकि हमें डिजिटल डेटा दिखता नहीं है, हमें एनालॉग डेटा दिखता है. किसी भी फॉर्म पे इंफॉर्मेशन we only see the analog signals. We can't interpret the digital signal. So video controllers task is to convert all these pixels and intensity values to analog signal and project it into the monitor. So monitor pe we all see the analog signals and the display images and audio, video, etc. So this is the function of display processor. And let's move to some of the display devices. So we have to study all these display devices such as refresh CRT, random scan and raster scan, color CRT monitors, DVST, that is also known as direct view storage tube, flat panel displays, and lookup table. Lookup table is very easy, so we will go one by one through all of these display devices. So let's start from refresh CRT, or we can say that cathode ray tube, only CRT also. So CRT stands for cathode ray tube, and it is a technology which is used in traditional computers, such as the computer which we were using 1 or 2 decades ago, 20 years back. So that was the color CRT monitor and television. The image on CRT displays is created by firing electrons from the back of the tube of phosphor located towards the front of the screen. So once the electron hits the phosphor, they light up and they are projected on the screen. So let us see how it works. So these are the connector pins which are connected to the device, and here is a base which you can say that this base is the protector, or we can say the guard for the whole system. And here we are having electron gun. From here, when we send a charge, then the electron gun emits some rays. You can say that electron gun emits some electron rays. And after this control grid, the working of the control grid is to handle, or we can say that display or relocate the movement of the electron. And after passing the control grid, it goes to focusing system. In the focusing system, it is said that the system is given permission that कि कहाँ पे ये प्रोजेक्ट करना है हमें, मतलब ये जो स्क्रीन है उस स्क्रीन पे कहाँ पे हमें प्रोजेक्ट करना है, x and y coordinates. So after that, here are x deflection, also known as horizontal deflection, and y coordinate, y deflect, which is known as vertical coordinate, vertical. So by horizontal and vertical deflection, the rays is passed through this media, and it goes to the phosphor coated screen. In the phosphor coated screen, the image is glowed pixel wise. एक बार में 1 पिक्सल ही ग्लो कर सकता है. So this is the working of cathode ray tube. So we will study the parts and each and every parts of this cathode ray tube in the next lecture. So, thank you.